So you want me to say my name?
Yeah, say your name.
Mercedes Mariana Patricia Weinholz Garcia Vega.
22-year-old Mercedes Vega was found inside of a burning car in Tonopah. She was abducted from her apartment complex in Tempe. Months later, no arrests have been made.
Mercedes Mariana Vega was born on the 10th of March 2001 in Anchorage, Alaska. She was raised by her mother, Erica Pillsbury, and stepfather, Tom Pillsbury. Despite being Vega's stepfather, he treated her like his own and had took on the role of being her father for around 17 years. She had 4 sisters, Jessica, Alexis, Mackenzie, Shelby, and a brother named Finn. It was evident she was loved and made a substantial impact on everyone she met. Mercedes loved animals, in particular horses, and had one of her own called Cash. She had a passion for music, played violin, and had an amazing singing voice. She even sung the national anthem at many sports events. She was a straight A student throughout her school years and was a fantastic swimmer who loved the beachside. She used to say, "My soul belongs in Hawaii." It was clear Mercedes was a hardworking individual, and anything she set out to accomplish, she would achieve. Mercedes was caring and had a huge heart. She would stand up for others who couldn't for themselves. Mercedes and her family relocated to Gilbert, Arizona, up until she reached the age of 18. She then decided to move to Tempe, Arizona. She wanted to be more independent and live on her own. But at 22 years old, her life would be cut short with many questions surrounding the case. Few weeks before her death, she had celebrated her birthday in Hawaii with some friends, and upon returning back home, she told her mother that this was where she saw her future and where she wanted her ashes to be spread, but no one could have predicted how and why so soon.
Mercedes visited her favorite place, Hawaii, one last time.
When she came back, she said, "Mom, I want my kids to cremate me and spread my ashes in Hawaii because that's where my soul belongs."
16th April 2023. Mercedes had plans to meet some of her friends. At this point in her life, she was working hard to become a qualified personal trainer and was very much into her health and fitness. Oddly, even though she had plans to meet her friends, it is still unclear what the actual plan was or where they was going for dinner. 8:54 p.m. She sent one last text to her friends and then never replied. Another strange occurrence was she never received phone calls or more messages from the 2 friends she was supposed to meet. However, few hours later, a text message was sent to Mercedes saying, "I guess you weren't coming," which could be an innocent message, but some think she was set up. 9:15 p.m. CCTV caught some last footage of Mercedes walking to her car in the parking lot. Her family believes she could possibly have been on FaceTime due to her looking down at her phone, which is strange as you would think the police can investigate this through phone records. It is believed this wasn't the full footage, but the police have in fact trimmed it down as the rest is truly disturbing. She was violently struck on the head and forced into a car. It was reported she was hit so hard there were remains of blood and brain tissue in the parking lot. It is unclear what actually happened, and it was not reported until a few hours later. 17th April 2023. Around 1 a.m., a car was reported on fire on Interstate 10 by mile marker 85.
Report a car fire. He's up on the side of I-10, but I saw like flames literally inside the vehicle.
When the fire services and police arrived, they made a gruesome discovery. A body was found burnt inside the vehicle. It was of 22-year-old Mercedes Vega. She was found 60 miles away from her apartment. It didn't take them long to identify the body as they found a sheriff's card which is given to people in particular forms of work. Mercedes worked as an exotic dancer 2 times a week, which the card was required for. To receive the card, Mercedes would have had to submit her fingerprints, and other forms of background checks would have taken place. Once this was confirmed, the police department notified the family. Erica and Tom had just returned from vacation, and within hours had received the worst news possible, which changed their whole lives. The case remains strange, as the pair weren't told any details about the discovery.
From the very beginning, they really didn't tell us much. When they first came to the door, the very first time, they only asked us 4 questions. They asked us if Mercedes was right or left-handed. where she actually lived, if she had any reason to be near Tonopah, Arizona, and if she owned a gun. And then they told us she was dead, and they didn't tell us anything else.
Yeah, I figured out that what happened to her by Googling Tonopah, Arizona.
A disturbing truth is that in the autopsy report, they found smoke in her lungs, meaning she was most likely still alive. Another crazy thing about this case, the autopsy report wasn't shared with the family until 6 months after the tragic finding. On the autopsy, it listed various injuries such as blunt force to the head and a gunshot wound to her upper right arm. However, she survived this vicious attack. It was concluded she died from the smoke in her lungs from the burning car she was abandoned in. Not only this, it was revealed bleach was found in the back of her throat, and the bottle alongside lighter fluid was found in the car. Erica said Mercedes had always had sharp, strong teeth, and this led her to believe she could have tried to bite her attackers in self-defense, hence the use of bleach. The family believe it is something personal due to how brutal the attack was, and the fact the attackers knew when she would be leaving her apartment. Another strange aspect of this case is that she wasn't found in her own car, nor were her family notified about this. It was discovered a day later when Erica received a confusing phone call from Tempe Police Department about Mercedes' car being parked illegally. Mercedes had a white Dodge Charger which Erica had co-signed when purchasing, hence she got the call to move it as they couldn't get hold of Mercedes. Her Dodge was found behind a restaurant called Culinary Dropout, which was a popular area for students and very lively. The bizarre part about this was that Mercedes would only be going to the car garage if her car was parked there, meaning her car would have been moved when she was taken. But why? And why take it to a place filled with people and cameras? This indicated there would have been more than one attacker. Also, where the burning car was found, it is a busy road at all hours of the day and night. It's odd that with many cameras and potential witnesses that nothing has been released or even a description of potential suspects. At some point in the past, one of Mercedes' friends had mentioned on a phone call that she felt like someone was watching her. Erica and Tom had said they had not even been questioned about her daughter by the police. The motive for the murder is unclear, and the whole case is confusing with many loose ends. Her family and friends continue to keep the case alive by posting posters, holding a balloon vigil, sharing what they know and their thoughts. 28th November 2023. Mercedes' friends and family held a press conference which was truly powerful but saddening.
She was mine. She was my baby. When someone comes to your door at night and tells you that your child is gone, just the word deceased, anything that, I miss her. It's so hard to believe that she's gone. It's so hard to believe I'm never gonna see her again.
The link will be in the description below. 19th November 2024. More than a year and a half later, a suspect was eventually arrested and charged for the murder more than 1,700 miles away. But the police have announced more arrests are to come. 22-year-old Sincere Hayes was arrested on a first-degree murder charge over Mercedes Vega. Sincere Hayes has a criminal past relating to firearms and driving offenses. He has recently been extradited to Arizona. Thoughts and prayers go out to the friends and family of Mercedes Vega. The case is still ongoing.
Happy birthday.